Were you close to your dad?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna guess, but I know I'm right because I'm always right. But I'm gonna guess that you were daddy's. Go ahead.
Your Honor, Ms. Reed is here, I believe for a pretrial and a bond violation. In however order Your Honor would like to proceed, she will be admitting to the bond violation and then ultimately pleading guilty as charged. So however Your Honor would like to approach that.
Well, she's admitting to the violation.
She is, Your Honor.
Is that correct, ma'am? Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you. All right. And what are we doing on the case?
She's pleading as charged, Your Honor.
She's pleading.
Yes.
Sir. May I have her sworn?
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes.
State your name.
Tamara Reed.
All right. Ms. Reed, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to the charge of operating while intoxicated. Is that correct?
Yes.
That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $500 fine plus court costs. Understand that? The court could also order any community service or rehabilitative service if the court deems necessary. Court could order your vehicle immobilized, could order you to pay the cost of the prosecution as well as the cost of any emergency governmental services. You understand that? Yes?
Yes.
All right. Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You signed an advice of rights form?
She didn't, Your Honor, because she's in custody. I could have her do that now, or we could do that verbally, however you prefer.
Okay. You recall signing an advice of rights form, ma'am?
Yes.
Any questions regarding any of those rights?
No.
You'll see on the podium, I need you to look at paragraph 5. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that.
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right?
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today to get you to plead?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily
Yes.
of your own free will
Yes.
and because you believe that you are indeed guilty of this offense?
Yes.
November 27, 2020, location of Carpenter near Chester Drive in Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan. Were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yes.
All right. Prior to operating that motor vehicle, did you consume intoxicating?
Yes.
What did you have and how much?
I had a couple of seltzers.
Seltzers? All right. Were you stopped by the police or was there an accident?
I was stopped by the police.
Here's a crucial moment. The court confirms the blood alcohol test results, a 0.09 reading, and Amar does not dispute it. That's significant because it seals the case legally, making the plea virtually unavoidable. What's also fascinating is how the judge meticulously explains that any misconduct before sentencing could void the plea agreement. This is more than formality. It's a protective legal mechanism that ensures accountability even after the plea. For viewers, notice how the tension ramps up here. You can see the emotional stakes for Amar, while the law is completely impartial. Could you handle that pressure in front of a judge and know every word is on the record?
Why'd they stop you?
My lights were off.
All right. Were you ultimately arrested?
Yes.
Were you taken to the station?
Yes.
Was there a blood draw or a blood test?
Both.
Blood draw?
Yes.
All right. What were the results of that blood draw?
I would stipulate for the plea, it was a 0.09 blood test.
You have any reason to dispute those blood test results?
No.
No? All right. I do have to advise you that if I do accept your plea, if you commit misconduct between the time of my acceptance of the plea and the time of sentencing, that any evaluation or sentence agreement, the court would not be bound by. You understand that?
Yes.
I also would have to indicate that if you do commit misconduct during that period, you would also not be entitled to withdraw your plea. You understand that?
Yes.
Counsel, the first question is, have there been any promises, threats, or other inducements which led to this plea which have not been stated on the record?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
And has the court complied with the court rule, and would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
Your Honor, I would say for the record, just so it's clear, the stop happened just after midnight. So the stop for no headlights is a valid stop. I think we did stipulate that it was dark outside.
I don't.
Other than that, I'm satisfied.
We're satisfied as well, Your Honor.
All right. Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to this charge. Defendant is referred to Von Swartz for an alcohol screening and assessment and the victim's impact panel. Sentencing in this matter will be July 9th, 2025. At what time? 9 a.m. All right. Either as to bond, but as to the violation.
The violation first, Your Honor, my client would waive her right to a hearing and be prepared to admit to drinking and ready to do that this morning.
All right. And that is correct, ma'am?
Yes.
You're waiving your right to a hearing?
Yes.
And you do admit, have you seen the violation report, ma'am?
No.
Okay. Your counsel went through it with you, however?
Yes.
All right. And that there were on June 13th, 2025, that you were drinking?
Yes.
Very good. Court will accept that admission. How long have you been in?
Turned herself in yesterday morning. Is that what time yesterday?
8 a.m.
8 a.m. yesterday morning.
All right. How old are you, young man?
20,
How old are you?
21.
Where were you drinking?
Sorry. My dad passed away a couple
Pardon?
years ago. My dad passed away a couple years ago, and I'm not handling it probably in the best way.
So you were 19,
18.
18 when he passed away?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Was that where your drinking started, or?
Yes.
Hey, let me ask you this. I'm not going to hold it against you. Were you drinking a lot?
Yes.
Looking back on it, when you were drinking a lot, what do you think would happen for you? Probably don't know how to answer that question. I mean,
Yeah.
That's a tough question, isn't it? Suffice it to say, young lady, it would make you forget and have the pain go away a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you in school?
Yes. I'm
Pardon?
supposed to go back next semester.
Did you finish up this semester? What happened?
I stopped attending my classes, so I had to withdraw.
Where were you in school?
It's my sophomore year,
At what school?
Eastern Michigan.
So when your dad passed away, had you already enrolled in school?
Yes.
And you made it through how many semesters after that?
2, and then I took a gap year, and then I went back.
Those 2 semesters that you took, how were your grades?
They were pretty good. I think I had a 3.2, 3.5.
Okay. You took the gap year, then you came back. How were your grades?
Okay, I think I had like a 2.
Pardon?
I had a 2.8 when I came back.
Where'd you graduate high school?
In high school.
Okay. Did you do well there? You got siblings?
I have a twin brother.
You have a twin brother.
Yep.
Okay. What?
So mom in the corner of the court.
Mom's on. Oh, okay. All right. So what do you think I should do with you? Well, before you answer that, let me ask you this. As you were going along struggling, trying to deal with your father's passing and things, did you let your mom know?
A little, but
Pardon?
not as serious as it had gotten. I don't think.
What about your brother?
I think he noticed.
You think he noticed?
Yeah.
Probably because he's your brother and also a twin. He probably did. Probably felt it. Did you reach out to anybody?
I've been seeing a therapist weekly.
You were?
Yes.
Okay. So how long have you been doing that?
I was seeing one I've been seeing her for like 7 years, and then I've been seeing one who specializes in grief for the last 3 months, I think.
Okay. So something that you started heading in that direction dealing with it. Okay. How's that working for you?
It's going okay. I think I've been thinking about seeing someone else.
Pardon?
I've been thinking about seeing someone else. I don't know if it's a good fit.
Okay. So your therapist might not be fitting with you, right? Okay. All right. Now I'll get back to what do you think I ought to do with you?
Sure. I guess whatever punishment fits.
Give you a chance to prove you can stay sober.
Yeah. A chance to prove I could stay sober. I think.
You think you can?
Yes.
That wasn't real confident the way you said that.
I want to. And I think that I can.
Young lady, why do you think I asked you all of those questions?
See why I did it, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Here's the thing that you don't understand, and are just beginning to kind of explore. Grief is a horrible thing in a lot of ways. It becomes real bad if you don't deal with it. It kind of just sits there, and then at some point, while you try to sort of bottle it up and push it down, it somehow or another just all of a sudden begins to explode. Right? And then at some point, because you're not dealing with it, you're kind of out of control. And then it becomes harder. At the beginning, you probably could have told somebody, but by that time, you don't tell anybody because it becomes hard to explain. Right? And it becomes real difficult to no matter how close somebody is, and talk to anybody because they're not, you don't know if they're going to listen or they're going to take time to listen. And the reality of all of that is what you want is you just want that hurt and other things to disappear. Right? Were you close to your dad?
Yeah.
Something's going to, I'm going to guess, but I know I'm right because I'm always right. But I'm going to guess that you were daddy's. All right. Look, more than anything, and I'm going to tell you, I don't always talk about myself, but I'm going to tell you why I asked the question. Here I sit all these years later. I lost my dad when I was 16. So when I'm asking you those questions about grief, I get it. Okay. I'm going to let you know that if you find a way to kind of deal with it, you're going to make it through it. Okay. I didn't know your dad, but I can almost bet that he'd want you to make it through. He wouldn't want you trying to do this, trying to deal with all of this on your own. Okay. So in the interim, how am I going to keep you sober? Young lady, there's just right now, and partially because of the age you are, partially because of what you've been dealing with, a lot of things in life are real confusing right now, right? You're not sure the next step that you're taking, what direction that's going to head or what you're going to do, right? Okay, here's a suggestion I'm going to make to you. I want you to take whatever steps you're taking slow. I'm watching your mother over there. She's goosenecking trying to look over Miss Pilar's head, but your brother has been right all up in it. Okay. What that tells me is you got a family out there that'll just love you, they'll support you. And if you hadn't told them, probably after today, they'll sit for whatever time and just listen to you. Okay. And as you let it pour out to them, and I'm going to tell you, it's going to come out wrong. It's going to come out crazy. You may think yourselves crazy as it's coming out, but just let it come out. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I indicated defendant is admitted to violation. I don't think it does any good to keep you incarcerated at all. All right. So I'm going to sentence you on those.
And just like that, the case wraps. Amar receives credit for time served on the bond violation, is released immediately, and is ordered to report to the Department of Community Corrections with a scram tether, ensuring sobriety and supervision. Beyond the legal outcome, this is a powerful illustration of how courts balance justice with rehabilitation, especially when grief and personal struggles are at play. Remember, the judge's approach here wasn't just punishment, it was structured guidance to support Amar's future. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.
Violation of 2 days in jail, credit 2 days use. I'm going to let you go. I am going to, however, order that you report over to the Department of Community Corrections. We're going to put a scram tether on you. Okay? You got that?
Yes.
All right. You are going back to school in the fall. That might have sounded like a question. It wasn't. Okay, and that, take that as an order. You can go back. You're gonna just sort of walk that journey through life and do that, okay? You hear me?
Yes.
And I'll sign that scram order and we'll get you over there. All right, young lady?
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, you're welcome. And most importantly, sometimes what you just have to do, you just have to be kind to yourself. Okay?
Okay.
Got it?
Yes. Thank
All
you.
right. Take care.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Your Honor.
You. Mom, guys, take care of yourselves. I don't know if you heard that, but she's getting out today. You're welcome.